Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is a series of messages entitled Olive Trees and Lampstands. Olive Trees and Lampstands. And this specific segment out of the series, Olive Trees and Lampstand, is addressed to Yahudah, aka Judah. It is a message regarding the 12 tribes and the assemblies. It is a message to those who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 and multitude mentioned in Revelation chapter 7 and 14. Today is April 22nd, 2014. My name is Symmanayah. If you're tuning in for the first time, these are the words I am compelled to present. My brothers and sisters, allow me to begin this segment again, which is entitled Yahudah, aka or also known as Judah. Let me begin by reading the following. Genesis 49, 1 and 2 reads, And Yaakov called his sons and said, Gather together so that I declare to you what is to befall you in the last days. Gather together and hear, you sons of Yaakov, and listen to Yahusha your father. Moving on to Genesis 49, verse 8 through 12. You, Yahudah, your brothers, praise you. Your hand is on the neck of your enemies. Your father's children bow down before you. Yahudah is a lion's cub. From the prey you have gone up, my son. He bowed down. He crouched like a lion, and like a lion who does rouse him. The scepter shall not turn aside from Yahudah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and to him is the obedience of peoples. Binding his donkey to the vine, and his donkey's coat to the choice vine, he washed his garments in wine, and his robes in the blood of grapes. His eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth whiter than milk. Ask yourself, my brothers and sisters, what are the characteristics that will produce what Yaakov describes regarding Yahudah? Yaakov, a father describing his son. What are the characteristics that produce these descriptions? How many of you know Yaakov's name was changed to Yahusha, or also known as Israel? I submit to you that Yahudah demonstrated the characteristics of a leader. Yahudah. I also am compelled to believe that we will witness in the coming days the tribe of Yahudah, the tribe of Yahudah, be used by the Spirit of Yahusha to lead in many ways regarding our final exodus. Allow me to read Revelations 5:5, and it says, And one of the elders said to me, Do not weep. See, the lion of the tribe of Yahudah, the root of David, or David, overcame to open the scroll and to loosen its 7 seals. Revelation 22:16 say, I, Yahusha, have sent my messengers to witness to you these matters in the assemblies. I am the root and the offspring of David, or David as some may know, the bright and morning star. Matthew 23:10 reads, Neither be called leaders, for one is your leader, the MessiYah. 2 Corinthians 6:16 reads, And what union has the dwelling place of Elohim with idols? For you are a dwelling place of the living Elohim, as Elohim has said, I shall dwell in them or walk among them, and I shall be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, there is one leader, as mentioned in Matthew 23:10, and that is Yahusha, our Messiah. I submit to you 2 Corinthians 6:16 to be mindful that it is the Spirit of the Most High that dwells within us, and he will use his chosen to lead, and he will establish whom his leaders will be for his people. Colossians 3:16 say, Let the word of Messiah dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing with pleasure in your hearts to the Master in psalms and songs of praise and spiritual songs. Let the word of Messiah dwell in you richly. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, this is referring to the living words of our Messiah. Now take a moment and consider the possibilities, the details a leader must and will demonstrate in the coming days. Pray and seek to discern and understand there are many intricate details a leader must be mindful of in order to successfully lead and guide. I submit to you, no one man, nor woman, nor child has all the attributes of a perfect leader. Yahusha, our Messiah, is that perfect leader, and it is through his set-apart spirit that we will work through his chosen, with his chosen, as they lead us in our final exodus. What is of grave importance is that we come to discern our living Messiah chooses to work through and provide the leadership he see fit for the emerging 144,000 in multitude. Have you ever heard someone state this person is a natural-born leader? Is it possible the Almighty Father Yahuwah, through his set-apart spirit sent in Yahusha's name, has charted the course of refinement, worship, and obedience for his chosen leaders such that they may be considered those who may fit the bill of natural-born leaders? But I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, it is beyond the individual. It begins and ends with the Spirit of the Most High Father. Over the course of this series entitled Olive Trees and Lampstand, I will present an image of how the structure of 144,000 in multitude will come to be. I'm compelled to believe we will witness the tribe of Yahudah, also commonly known as Judah, take lead on our final exodus. Every other tribe, along with those who will be among the ranks of the multitude, has specific characteristics and tasks that will be identified later in this series. As for now, I ask that you consider the true characteristics of a leader. Consider these traits as you begin to witness Yahudah gathered together. A tribe that will lead in the Exodus. A tribe that would exhibit strength, love, humility, but also that would render right rulings as directed by the Spirit of the Most High. My brothers and sisters, there are so many details when it comes to leaders or leadership. If a leader was very nice and let everyone and anyone in his midst, could he preserve his leadership position as given or directed by the Spirit of Yahusha? If a leader allowed compromising spirits, teaching, practices, and behaviors among his group, under the guise that there are no perfect assemblies, versus pursuing the perfectness, pursuing righteousness and becoming perfected in righteousness in the Word and in the living guidance of the Most High. In other words, my brothers and sisters, if a leader let compromising spirit, how then can he fulfill his task? Compromising spirits, would they not cause division and break up the wholeness of a camp, group, or fellowship? Do you think leaders sometimes get labeled arrogant because of their obedience to the Most High Father, Yahuwah, through his set-apart spirit sent in Yahusha's name? I have witnessed the wicked grab false labels against the obedient of the Most High. Oftentimes, this is due to their inability to discern and understand what the Spirit of Yahusha is saying. Do you think a leader's job would be to demonstrate how to forge a close relationship with Yahusha, our Messiah? Should not words and actions be in balance and not pose conflicting messages? In other words, they say one thing and do another, or do one thing and say another. Should they not be in balance where the words and actions match? My brothers and sisters, pray and watch. Righteous leaders, chosen leaders of the Most High, are being fashioned, shaped, refined continually, and will emerge. Let me ask you this. If love and compassion let any type of spirits into an assembly, would it not defile the whole assembly? Will it not disrupt the love and compassion as it is meant to be according to the Word? Discipline, up to and including death, have been demonstrated often throughout Scriptures. Is it possible we will witness such now as well as in the coming days ahead, where there will be discipline that could lead up to death being executed, communicated through one who have been chosen by the Most High to lead, to speak? My brothers and sisters, there are many, many details, along with much work to be done regarding the gathering together for the final Exodus. While people may think the leaders are the most important, I submit to you, the leader is of importance, but it is the leader who takes lead above all and in all, and the leader is Yahusha, our Messiah, and it is through the spirit of Yahusha that true leaders will rise up. The majority have no idea as to the massive details and intricacies necessary for fulfilling the job of a leader or leaders. I submit to you, Yahudah will come to be identified as the leading tribe, true tribe of Yahusha that will emerge. In every detail that is necessary for fulfilling their position in a leadership role for this final Exodus, every detail will be made known. Let me be very clear. Please listen carefully. There are many details and tasks for every component regarding this final Exodus. Do not be distracted, and by all means do not be overtaken or succumb to delusions thinking you know the duties of the lead tribe of the 12. Remember also, leaders are of none effect if there is not anyone to lead. Also, remember, for a body of one to function, there must be many more functions and tasks within it in order for it to take the shape that would even be reflective of the need of a leader. I assure you, the importance of those of the other tribes and multitude are of equal importance and have specific tasks that will be brought out later in this series. Specific tasks that will reflect what is necessary, what is required, and what will fulfill the prophecy of our forefather, Yaakov, whose name was changed to Yahusha. So do not become high-minded and think that Yahudah is better, stronger, wiser than anyone. It is just that the tribe of Yahudah will, in my belief, in my strongest belief, the tribe of Yahudah will be the lead in this final Exodus. My brothers and sisters, there is much, so much I desire to present. However, I must deliver what I am compelled as best I can. We will come to know who those that will represent Yahudah in the ranks of the 144,000. We will come to know their identity, and it will come with proof and power from above. Let me say this: avoid anyone who is high-minded and suggests they can lead without placing emphasis on the need to discern and understand and act with precision as guided by the Spirit of Yahusha. Anyone who presents themselves as absent of the leading of the Almighty Father Yahuwah set apart Spirit that He sent in Yahusha's name should be avoided. I invite you to continue with listening to the other segments in this series, Olive Trees and Lampstands. Olive Trees and Lampstands. Once I have completed all segments, it just might make sense and make things a little clearer regarding our final Exodus. Pray that you're able to discern and acknowledge the life in these words, my brothers and sisters. And allow me to drive this point home once more. Leadership is not at all what the majority perceive it to be. Leadership is merely the task that we are called to do, we who will be among the tribe of Yahudah, and it comes with many details, all of which can only be accomplished successfully by the leader working in us, the leader and master, Yahusha, our Messiah. The Spirit of Yahusha will present His chosen leaders along with detailed tasks that will come to be accomplished. Continue along and explore and discover more regarding what's to come in this final Exodus that will occur sooner than many may realize. We are in the refining process, my brothers and sisters, a process that will perfect us in our walk and journey. It will bring us to improved worship and obedience to the Most High. My brothers and sisters, humbling times are over the horizon. They have begun for some and will enlarge as end-time prophecies are fulfilled. The 144,000 and multitude will be perfected, refined, and reflect all that is promised and written in Scripture. I invite you to get to know the characteristics of Yahudah, aka Judah, by getting to know the characteristics of a true leader. This is accomplished by forging a relationship and focusing on Yahusha, our Messiah, our sovereign, our leader, the leader. Let us look at all attributes of our Messiah, and let us begin to realize there are many details that will be accomplished through us, in us, one towards another, and through his chosen leaders. Prepare to witness Yahudah, also known as Judah, become the leading tribe for the gathering of the four corners of true Yasharal, an awakening nation. Stay tuned, my brothers and sisters, as this series takes shape. Again, this series, which is entitled Olive Trees and Lampstands, it will prove to reflect instructions for shaping a refined group that will come to be identified as the 144,000 and multitude. Until next time, stay tuned and continue to be encouraged. Shalom, shalom, shalom.